As I'm making this flight, I am... Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can't Fly. It's time for another milestone!
Oh my goodness. Russ can fly.
Okay, so I'm so excited. Yes, I'm going to tell you exactly what milestone I'm reaching, and this is an exciting one. But I want to wait until I'm actually in the airplane and all of that kind of stuff. Now, it is really, really chilly. So I want to get in there, get this airplane pre-flighted, get Charlie pulled out of the hangar so I can, get this engine started and get the engine warm and the oil warm and all that kind of stuff. But this is exciting because not only am I going to tell you about my milestone, but I'm going to take you along with me to, knock the rust off of some approaches again, and just fly. And just the fact that I get to fly is just such a beautiful thing. So with that, let's, stop this talking. Let's get to work. Let's get it. Okay, so I'm in the airplane. As you can see, I'm still setting stuff up because I wanted to get in this airplane and get this engine started as quickly as possible. So normally you don't see me do this stuff, but I'm trying to hurry up, man, because it is quite frigid indeed. So just pulling everything that I need, battery packs, all that good stuff. It's cold, baby. It is cold. So, all right, there's the 7 over there. All right, and let's pull iPad, get this stuff back here. Ooh. So yeah, man, it's cold. So usually, I try to get all this other stuff going, but man, I want to get this engine started ASAP, and I'll get all this other stuff, situated shortly. So all right, let me at least get my seatbelt on. Clear prop. All right, I should have my sound now. This battery pack in. All right, so now I should be able to put my headphones on. You should be able to hear me. Check, check, check. All right, that is really loud. It's probably all the way up. It is. Okay, so now all the cameras are functioning. Everything is blinking and everything is moving. And, whew, as you can see, it is cold in here. So, I'm just hoping everything is good. First things first, I want to put my flight plan in here and the stuff that we're going to be doing. Now, here's the one thing I want to do. I want to link my iPad to my transponder. I was talking to the previous owner of the airplane, Mr. Terry, and one of the things that he alerted me to is he asked me about the Sentry here, and I told him it's ADS-B-in, allows me to do traffic and that kind of stuff. And he said, well, you've got your transponder and it will do that as well. And so I want to see if I can't pair these two up. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit while the engine warms up. And we'll see how that goes. Flight plan, waypoint, Doylestown. Then we're going to go to deck. And deck, we're going to do a different approach. We're going to do, they have a GPS approach there that we're going to do. 9 Delta 4, little rusty still 9, ABC Delta 4, there we go, deck. And then we're going to do wings. And then we're going to do into Sky Manor and get some lunch and get some fuel and then come on back. Okay, flight plan is in. So let's go up and check our brakes. We do a little bit of a creep up here and brakes are good. All right, let's go on up. And there's a lot of people out today, so we'll have to be careful watching for a lot of different people. All right, clear to the left, clear to the right. I see Foxtrot Golf going up to 2-3 there. I think those are some of the airplanes out of Trenton, or the Foxtrot Golfs. All right, so everything is looking good. So yeah, so we're gonna do some practice approaches. We're gonna do one practice approach into deck. I've done the VOR. This time we're gonna do their GPS into 19. And then we're gonna go over to wings, do a GPS RNAV, GPS 24. And then we'll go into Sky Manor, and I don't know if I'll do an approach there just because it may be really busy. Hey, we got a couple Foxtrot Golfs over here. Like everybody and their grandmothers over here. All these Foxtrot Golfs. They're not allowed to do pattern work over at Trenton. So they all come over here to Doylestown to do pattern work. So it's all good. All good in the neighborhood. I can't hate on nobody trying to get their license or trying to do this career thing in aviation because I get it. So there's like literally 3 Foxtrot Golf aircraft here at Doylestown right now. It's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna come up here and do my run up, and we will get ready to make magic happen. Yeah, so I got 2 in the pattern here. I got this dude that is getting ready to turn final. So I heard him turn base. But this airplane back here took a while to get off the runway. So, not gonna rush. Okay, so they just called to go around. I got Sierra Papa behind me. I got a Foxtrot Golf that is coming. Got a Skylane that is landing. And yeah, so the one thing that I did learn is that you need to plan for fuel for ground operations, right? You could be sitting for a half an hour before you're able to take off. And so you have to plan for that. Doylestown traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, departing runway 23 out to the west, Doylestown. All right, compass is moving freely, as is my heading indicator. Flight coordinator is moving, and the ball is opposite. And as I turn, I see a turn. All the compass, HSI, everything, ball is opposite. Okay, I see 2-3, 2-3, 2-3. All right, heels to the floor, full power. All right, engine instruments are in the green. Fuel pressure looks good. Oil pressure looks good. Airspeed is coming alive. Rotating and up out of here. Over to 250, get that nose down. Doylestown traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, right crosswind turn out to the west. Last call, Doylestown. All right, landing light comes off, fuel pump comes off, and we're climbing up to 4-5. All right, landing light is off, fuel pump is off. We're good, we're climbing up at 1,500 feet a minute. All right, let's go back. Rock.
793 Sierra Papa, left
approach.
down, runway 23, Doylestown.
We're gonna do the RNAV GPS for 19. We're gonna load and activate the approach. All right, 1,000 to go. I'm not gonna do vectors. We're gonna go to JUPIS. 200 to go for 4,500. And we're direct to JUPIS. All right, nose over. I know, I hear you. I know I'm messing up. Pitch. Power. Okay, trimmed out. All right, let's get that heading. All right, so this is the RNAV GPS for runway 19er at deck. And let's see, Unicom is 122.8. So CTAP is 122.8, got that in. And, all right, so I'm correcting for my altitude here. I'm trying to get down in here so I can tell you about my milestone, but I'm like having a hard time keeping my altitude.
Deck traffic, Archer 68 Fox is on the RNAV 19. We're going to be a low approach, not landing. Deck.
All right, they're doing the same thing. I'm having Carol help me out. All right, so we're gonna go direct to JUPIS. At JUPIS, we need to be at or above 3,300 feet. We'll catch the glide slope, and it'll be to Wasser, then Jonab 2,800. Hedge is the final approach course will be at 2600. Since we're going to do, so we're not going to do circling, we're going to do descent altitude LPV approach. And we'll land, taxi back, give myself a chance to like get myself situated. So we're direct to JUPAS. Now, the missed approach is climb 4,000 direct to Jupil and climbing right turn on track 285 to barn and hold. So procedure not applicable for arrivals RAV and arrivals at JUPAS Victor. So Victor Airway arrivals. This approach isn't approved, but we're good. Okay, so we're direct to JUPAS. And we'll be at 3,300 feet, so we'll just say 34, so at above 3,300 feet. And then no procedure turn, and then we'll be turning to our final approach course, which is 183. Thank you, Carol.
626 Charlie Papa, downwind.
Yeah, because I want to hand fly this approach. I don't want Carol to do it for me, but I needed her so I could brief this approach. Signaling I'm getting wind that's going to favor one. Okay, so you can see I'm a little busy here just flying, and I'm a little rusty too. And of course I'm still VFR, so I got to make sure that I'm doing everything I need to do. I can't understand what these people are saying. Okay, so my big milestone after all of this madness is, as I'm making this flight, I am 500 flight hours into this. And in fact, it'll be something like 503 flight hours. And I can't tell you like how exciting that is, you know. It's definitely interesting from the standpoint that, you know, 500 flight hours. So it's definitely interesting, you know. I can't believe that I'm still in that danger zone. Well, you're always in a danger zone, but you know, that under 1,000 hours, you know, just enough to be dangerous. And so that's one of the things that definitely have to be careful of. All right, let me get this weather real quick. Just saying variable on the wind. So yeah, so I am 500 flight hours into this Russ Can Fly journey. And I definitely have to thank all of you for your support over the many months, some of you many years. And I couldn't have done this without you, really. And I just am so thankful. Okay, so one of the things I want to get ready for is JUPAS. And so I want to go down to 3,400. That's going to be my next altitude selection. So as I fly into deck and do this RNAV GPS for runway 19er, what I want to do is I want to hold my altitude until the glide slope comes in. And there's a little bit of low clouds. If you look out here, you know, there's some little low clouds, and this is definitely not the day to be playing with anybody's clouds at all. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is we're 16 out, 25 on that. So I'm going to be switching tanks pretty soon. Can you believe it, y'all? 500 flight hours. And I got to tell you, you could have never told me that that would be my reality at all. All right, so let's pull some power. Let's go down to 3,500 because I don't want to be messing around with these clouds. And we're going to land and taxi back. So we're going to do the GPS 19er circle to land runway 1. Which means our circling minimum is 1,200. Woo!
Cherry Ridge traffic, 37.5 uniform.
So I'm just focused on this approach now. What's cool is I got information here in terms of what I'm flying and my altitude and whatnot. Yeah, and it's a little windy, little bumpy. But it's all good. We got it. And just looking for traffic. So yeah, so you're looking at a pilot that has 500 hours. Now here's the thing that's kind of interesting.
Valley traffic.
I don't, so is it commercial time? You know, should I get my commercial? You know, should I mean, you know, what are some of the things that I should do? You know what I mean? So that's something that's still on my mind, you know, as I begin to think about what it is to have, you know, these flight hours. You know, so we will see. Okay, so at Jupis, we will then turn left to 242. So I'm going to put that in there as my heading. 242. Since that's my next. And then once I do that, then my approach course is 183. And let's go left. 242. Standard rate. Nice and easy. Nice, easy standard rate turn. And we're going down to Wasser. Wasser, we still want to be at 3,300. Then the next is, oh, stay here. So yeah, the next is, approach course is 183. 183. Alright. Nice standard turn.
Deck traffic.
Deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie on the GPS for runway 19. They're going to circle to land runway 1, about 10 miles north of the field. Deck traffic. Stay at 36. This is good. Alright, glass slope is in. Deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, left downwind, runway 1, deck. Alright, mixture's full rich, fuel pump is on, landing light is on. Alright, so we're coming on in, and I'm circling for runway 1. Slow her down, let's slow down. Deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, left base for 1, deck.
Deck traffic, 333 Romeo, footing short runway 1. Yep, footing short for you.
And deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, turning final, runway 1, deck. As you see, I make my turn to final. I am extremely uncoordinated, and it is definitely time for a classic go-around. Look at how uncoordinated I am. And deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, going around. Very uncoordinated, deck. And remember, one of the things that could be at play is there could be weather evident, right? So that's something else that I needed to keep in mind in terms of what this would look like in IMC conditions. Deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, left crosswind, runway 1, deck. Deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, left downwind for runway 1, deck.
Deck traffic, Skyhawk 333 Romeo is going to be taking off runway 1 and departing to the west. Deck traffic.
Deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, left base, runway 1, got the departing traffic in sight, deck. And deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, final for 1, deck. You can see as I make the turn, much better in terms of the level of coordination, and still a little bit tiny of an overshoot, but definitely not as bad as last time. I was able to account for the wind. So, should be able to make magic happen. You know the deal. Cue the music. That's my speed.
Coming this way is the commentary left downwind, runway 2, deck.
Deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, back taxiing runway 1, deck. Ooh, well that was pretty sporty. So you see I had to go to a go-around, had some other stuff going on, and so yeah, that was very sporty. Alright, so really I've got some other flying I'm going to do. I'm not going to belabor this flight. Going to go over here and taxi off, get myself set up to fly to wings. Do an approach there, and then fly on over to Sky Manor and have some grub. Probably a little late lunch. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Or I might go to Heritage to get some fuel. Who knows? That's the one thing I can kind of make up my flight plan as I go along. But I just wanted to share with you all that, yeah, I'm indeed 500 hours into this flight journey. 500 plus. after this flight. And let me make sure, cut this too short. Looks like they did a lot of work on this runway here at deck. Pretty looking. Did a lot of nice work here. Deck traffic, Cherokee 1541 Charlie, clear of runway 1 deck. So I'm just gonna go up here and get myself situated. But thank you for flying with me and struggling with me as I try to continue to knock off the rust, man. It's kind of crazy, you know, how quickly these skills can depart. You know, it is definitely interesting. So with that, Russ can fly. Charlie is doing amazing. A few things we need to dial in, but she is doing quite well. So thank you for all of your support, all your prayers, you know, and everything that you did to, you know, keep me and Charlie reunited and simpatico. So, all right, that's it. Russ can fly. 500 hours, baby. Let's go. All right, I'm out. Peace.